Good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon. How you doing? It's your man Jinx the Prophet, and we're here again with another episode of Group Therapy. Now, some of you might be thinking, damn, that last episode of Group Therapy, Jinx got really mad. But I understood his point. Beautiful. This is for you. So, took me a while to come up with a title for this, but I do believe the time has finally come for real talk. It's funny that the time was 4:11 in the morning on a Saturday, but it's the time. Me personally, I'm in a place in my life where I can say that I'm happy and I understand a lot. And when I say that, I mean I truly understand how two people with two vastly different arguments can be right at the exact same time. Now, if you want to check out right now, because of whatever reason, go ahead. You're right. And if you want to keep listening, go ahead. You're right. And if you need an excuse to not keep listening, I can tell you with 100% clarity and surety and truthfulness that right now you're listening to the words of a man who spent 10 days in the psych ward at Jamaica Hospital and was given all types of psychotropic drugs. And that was a year ago. And a year later, he's still on psychotropic drugs. What drugs, you may ask? I take 100 milligrams of SEROQUEL, 100 milligrams of ZOLOFT, every day. So, if you don't want to continue listening, you're right. And if you do want to continue listening, you're right. Kind of weird, right? How could y'all both be right? Over the events of my life, which has led me to being now, today, years old, to use a term people like to use, but I'm actually 37 years old. Through everything that I've been through, every single incremental, incidental interaction I've had with another person, anybody, whether it be a stranger, or whether it be my closest blood family member, or my closest non-blood family member. Every single one of them, something that each one of them said have led me to a place where I can say that I don't know everything, but I can understand everything. I do not support Donald Trump. I do not support anything that he says. I am 100% against everything that he says. But I understand how he has managed to rally so many people to his cause. And now that I've understood that, I know my true potential. And when I realized that, like some of you might be thinking, like right now, like at 4 minutes and on the button, I must be freaking crazy. I have to be if I've gotten to a point where I understand why anyone would follow Donald Trump. But I do. And I don't need to know those particular people's individual stories to know why. And it relates to time. If someone says something to you and they can make you feel like they are not wasting your time, you'll be able to follow anything that they say. Anything. They can say the most bizarre, crazy, unbelievable things. And as long as you're not wasting that person's time, there'll be a gathering of people that will follow them. It's the same, I don't want to say trick, but it's the same tactique that cult leaders use. It's the same reason why R. Kelly could have a gang of women following him, doing exactly what he says, exactly the way he wants them to. It's the way that some people can, I can't say climb Mount Everest anymore because Mount Everest is now becoming just terrible, but why some people can jump out of a plane knowing full well that their parachute can fail, and they can die, but they're not fear. And they have no fear. It's not that they have no fear. It's that they don't feel like doing that is a waste of their time. And if you happen to be looking for some deeper meaning in my words, you're right. And if you believe there is no deeper meaning in my words that I just said in the last 6 minutes, 35 seconds, you're right. It's a learned behavior that we as humans have, that two opposing arguments can't be right. They can't be. Two opposing arguments cannot be right. There's no way that two opposing arguments can both be right at the same damn time. But once you eliminate that one thing, once you realize that nothing is impossible, then you can understand how two wildly different topics, two people on two sides of an argument can both be right at the same time, because they have convinced themselves that they're right. And they've done all types of research. Somebody in that group has done all the research to prove that they're not wrong. And I'm here to tell you that whoever you are in that group, you're not wrong. You're right. And the person who's the polar opposite of that person is also right. And like I said, I've already given you the out. If you think I'm talking straight BS, you're right. If you think he just said he was a crazy person, I don't have to listen to him, you're right. If you know me, and you've known me from day one, you're right. If you think I'm talking about my current girlfriend, you're right. If you think I'm talking about my ex, you're right. If you think I'm trying to do this as some type of love letter to try to reach out to some family member, you're right. If you think I'm talking about you, you're right. See how all of those people could be right at the same damn time? That is true understanding. And this is usually the part of the video where you're thinking in the back of your mind, what's he trying to sell me? Absolutely nothing. I can tell you, I'm not trying to sell you anything. And if you thought I was trying to sell you something, you're right. And if you didn't think I was trying to tell you something, or sell you something, or tell you something, you're right. But there is one universal truth. I managed to convey my point, speaking calmly and softly, not agitating. I don't know, you might have got agitated, but I alleviated your agitation because you're right. And I managed to do it in under 10 minutes so I can fit it on IGTV. You're all right. And y'all are all right. So I will see you guys next time.